Alright, so I just tried to film this video, but I forgot to turn my game down, so it just overpowered my audio completely. But I was doing a different map, and now we're doing a touge map, which I still need to turn it down, because this car's loud as fuck. But I was doing a different map, and now we're on touge, which I'm horrible at, so I'm just going to drive around, tell mini stories. So, first time I ever really had a wheel, it was the Thrustmaster Ferrari wheel. So I got the, oh shit, I can't even drive all the way. So it was the Ferrari, there was the Thrustmaster Ferrari wheel, and it was a good wheel. I mean, it's not bad for like a first wheel, I guess, but it's like 270 degrees of freedom, something really small like that. And then I had that for a year, and then it broke. And then for Christmas, I got this G920, and I also got a Assetto Corsa Ultimate Edition. So I got that, and I got the wheel and Assetto Corsa on Christmas. So all I did for like 3 days or so, I think, is I just played unmodded, not online, solo, free play on Assetto Corsa with the most horrendous setup. I was like gripping my wheels, so when I'd brake, I wouldn't slide back. And then it was insane. So then I got my mom on that. She was so bad, but don't tell her I said that. But it was funny. It's like she tried to actually race, and she immediately ran it into a wall. I think she was racing like the Mark IV or something like that. So that was an interesting experience. Another time with my mom, I had the Euro Truck beta for VR, and I had her in that, and she played until that headset died, and it was wired. I think that was like 2 hours or something. She loved that game. That was her game. She loved that. And then I think I had her in No Hezzy one time. That was a fun experience. She was way better at that than actually racing. She was still horrible though. So it was another interesting experience. It turns out she's really bad at going fast in cars, but she's a responsible driver and never been in an accident before. So it's just kind of cringe. And then, now we're about to the end of the track here. And then we had I had one of my friends over. He stayed here for like I think a night or two. But he wanted to play this so bad. And I load up Steam. Turns out Steam did not have my game installed. So that was fun. And I was telling him like, oh yeah, you can also play VR, load it up, put all my wheel down. Or I put all my stuff down. I was telling him about all the cool stuff you can do. And then open it up, don't have it. So that was fun. He was so disappointed. And then I forgot about it, and he never played it. But I think he should be coming back soon, so we'll actually be able to play Assetto Corsa. I want to get him on No Hezzy so bad and record it, because I don't think he's really ever played on a wheel before. It's like I was trying to show my brother this, but the only thing he's borrowed my wheel before, but all he played was Euro Truck Simulator, which was cringe. He like loaded up his whole Spotify playlist and played it through because there's like a thing in Euro Truck where you can put a Spotify playlist and songs and stuff, and it'll play through the radio. It'll play through the radio. So he was just playing his Spotify playlist through the radio. It was really interesting. He never hooked it up to VR, so he never got to experience that, sadly. Woo. Not get too crazy with this. We're gonna drift like we're actually in a car and we don't want to break the shit out of it. Woo. Just not sliding into every fucking wall. I tried to make a video about this and I smashed the shit out of my wheel and hurt my hand. So that was a nice thing to do there. It was very smart. Now, it wouldn't be the first time breaking my hand from raging in a video game. When I think it was around 11, I was playing Modern Warfare 2, and I was playing the special op missions. And there was this one that I could never get past because I was so bad. I visited it like a year ago. That'd be around 14 because I'm 15 right now. So I was like 14, I revisited it. And then I just sped run through it. Speed run it? Sped run? I'm just gonna say sped ran. I sped ran through it. Oh, well, this is gonna be an interesting meeting here. You could have kept driving. You don't have to turn into a damn wall. Jesus. I saw him on the map. I knew something bad was gonna happen. Does he not glance at his map when he's drifting like this? Because everybody drives backwards when they get to the bottom. Anyways, so I speed ran it, and it was super easy. I don't even know how I raged that hard at it. He actually followed road rules there. Oh, yeah, fun thing about this map? Oh, cool, this might be a fun track. Let's just go down. Oh, wait, where did the guardrails go? Oh, shit! So anyways, yeah, I speed ran it. But when I was young, I would die like the first 10 seconds of like being in the game. So I would die like 10 seconds into being in the game. Oh shit, I'm bad driving. So I died like 10 seconds in. Yeah, and I smashed my floor too. I fully like sat up, reached above my head, and bent my whole body down and smashed the shit out of the floor like 3 times. And I was crying, and I stopped crying, and I walked back to my room, and I walked up, and I showed my mom my hand. It was swollen for like twice the size of normal. It was insane. I ended up having what they call the boxer fracture, where you break like your birth plate in the edge of your hand. So I still have arthritis from that. That's fun. Just like the time that I was riding scooters with my friend. This was 2 years ago. And he had an off-road one, and I'm not a small person. I'm not fat, but I'm not small. And then I took his, and his neighbor has a little ramp on a like little drainage thing that's basically a ramp. And I kept using mine, which was solid wheels, and I would jump it into it. And his were inflatable like off-road wheels. So I jumped it in, wheels completely bent, just collapsed under my weight. I'm like 180, I think. So they completely collapsed. Then I was probably around like 175. So when they collapsed, I just went over, smashed my hip. Like, I think I fell like 3 feet directly onto my hip and my hands. I guarded my face with my hands. And then, so then the scooter lands right above my head apparently, because I didn't see this. I closed my eyes, braced for impact. And then I realized something wrong is when I tried to stand up at the most pain I think I've ever felt in my life just happened in my hip. So then his dad, which was a Marine, he comes over here, and my mom's flipping out, and she asked him if I might have fractured it, and he goes, if you could have fractured it, you wouldn't be sitting up right now, and that made me feel better. But then the ambulance came, and I went to the doctor for like 3 hours, and I had an x-ray soon, and I couldn't move over myself, so they had to like pick me up, and that made me feel so bad because they had 2 people struggling to pick me up right now. I'm just gonna kind of follow this guy. I really need to get a better following car. I'm not gonna drift with you, bud. Yes, then I went to the doctor, got an x-ray almost immediately. And then I had a MRI pretty quick. And we had to wait until like 2 a.m. By the way, this happened at 7. So we had to wait, and we finally got a CAT scan at like 2 a.m. And then I got crutches and all that and everything, and it was pretty decent. But it was a whole thing. I couldn't walk for like 3 weeks. He always takes me on his like vacations for his birthday because he's fancy like that. Put it in reverse, bud. Or we can do that. That works too. So like I did this like a week before we were supposed to go on the vacation. So I was struggling. Like they wouldn't let me walk on my own. So it's like at night I would kind of walk and test if I could walk. It hurt like shit, but I did it. The worst mistake, because I have bad pain in my hip now. Don't go down there, bud. We're just gonna wait. We're just gonna wait for him to see if he comes back or not. There he goes. So that happened, and then I was in crutches forever. I went out like one time, and I was in like one of the shopping cart wheelchairs. I was pushed around. People were glaring at me like I was doing something wrong. I walk up there in crutches, have crutches next to me. People are still looking at me with like, you know, the face I'm talking about. Like they're just kind of grossed out. Like, why are you in that wheelchair? Is that kind of thing. Even though I have crutches next to me and I'm not walking around, it's like, I don't know. I couldn't ride a bike. I could do low like pressure things like swimming and all that. But that was about it for like I think 2 weeks. And then before I fully healed, we went to Six Flags in Texas. You don't gotta slow down for me, just drift, man. Man. Why does it not shift sometimes? That was fun. Then I was able to put partial pressure on. And a lady's kids were standing in front of me in the hospital, and then she felt so bad because I was in crutches. So that was a whole experience there. I don't really know any other stories. I've kind of been less accident prone. I mean, I guess when I started going on runs regularly, I pulled my quad so bad, dude. I pulled the shit out of my quad. And that hurt, like I could see it. I don't know what I ended up doing to my quad. It was something. Woo. Gotta focus up here. Maybe drift. Would be a good idea. I could drift it. There we go. I can see why Slap Train would use this, but I can also see why this is very difficult. Oh! Oh shit! Don't go in the hole. Woo-hoo. Really all that special. Remember the first I guess roller coaster I ever went on. I don't know if you could look this, or you can definitely look it up, or if you just know about it. It's the time travel from Silver Dollar City in, I don't remember where. It's time travel in Silver Dollar City if you want to look that up. It's the first roller coaster I was ever on, a trip with my friend, once again. So I was on the roll. Oh my God. So I was on that roller coaster for the first time. And if you look at it, first thing that happens is the seats rotate. They spin around, right? They fucking spin. And the first thing that happens is you move towards the front and you hit a like 87-degree drop. 90-degree drop, something like that. I think it might be a full 90. But then it just goes straight down, slams you in because it immediately curves you up into a climb that also goes into a loop-de-loop. So that was a fun experience for the first one. And I went on the wooden one there. That was interesting because it just rattled my ass the whole time. It was so rough. Nothing happened. And I've also been on this is from a Six Flags trip. I've also been on, what's it called? The Titan and Texas Giant. I've been on all of most of the coasters at Six Flags. I've been there a few times with him. So I've been on most of the roller coasters at Six Flags. I think the scariest was probably the Titan, because before I went on that, I was scared to shit of heights, and I almost had a panic attack at the top. Because another thing about me that you definitely don't know unless you know me personally is I have severe anxiety. Like, I have severe anxiety. I can't sleep anywhere else other than my home. Right? I have horrible panic attacks. It's just like it's stuff like that. And then I was up there, and I started getting, because I know what panic attacks are like, and I started feeling like the early signs of a panic attack. And I started flipping out more, because I did not want to have a panic attack on a damn roller coaster. I didn't want to have a panic attack on a roller coaster, so it's like, ugh. I started, like, we were climbing up, because it's like 264 feet high or something like that at the first drop of the roller coaster. Because you go out, make a turn, and you climb like 260 something feet up. And you drop directly down. And you know where you go to? You don't stop at the ground. No, you go to a tunnel in the ground. Fun part about that is it goes down and up, so it just looks like darkness below you. So first time you ever go on it, if you're just not thinking, you look down, you think you're just going straight into the ground. So that was a fun thing. I think I unclotted my arteries. How much bacon I'm eating, probably needed to unclot them anyways. Whew. So that was a very fun experience there. Stop, bud. Yeah, so that was very interesting. I'm not following you, man. This is definitely C-Tronic car. Anyways, so that was very fun. And then Texas Giant, not near as high. I think it's like 75 feet. Still high, don't get me wrong. But no loop-de-loops, so they don't have the shoulder harnesses on you. But the first drop that you hit is 87 degrees. No shoulder harnesses, 87 degrees from like 75 feet. 87 degree drop from 75 feet, no shoulder harness. And the harnesses are those ones where it has like positions it clicks in. It's not like just wherever you put it, it locks. So it'll be loose on you sometimes. It's just so, it's horrible. But it's good at the same time. I don't know how to explain it. It's like the first time you kiss your uncle. It's like horrible, then it's amazing after. If you know what I mean, if you can relate. Then the Riddler ride. Oh, I can't even explain. But it's like, if you look it up, I'll put a little video over right now. I'll show you exactly what it does. And then, so it does that, and the whole time people are screaming like jokes when they come down next to people. So, one of the times when it came down, I screamed, "This is slamming me harder than my uncle." No joke, I heard a guy next to me just laughing the whole fucking time, dude. Another time I was like, I didn't know we were at my uncle's house with how hard this is slamming my ass. He thought that was even funnier, apparently. And then we went to a smaller version of that, essentially. And I look behind me at this little kid, and I'm like, I'm going to piss on you. Prepare yourself. This little girl was so confused and scared. I felt bad. I kind of feel bad now, but it was so funny. Same day that all this happened, by the way, some guy walks up to us and just gives us an earring. He was talking to my friend, and he's like, "Hey, you want this earring?" And my friend was thinking about it. And then I just look at him like, "Bro, just take it." All right. I'm going to go back to Pitts, think of one more story, and if I can't, we're just going to end it here, because I've been filming for 23 minutes. I don't know. Oh, yeah, first time I learned how to swim, also on a trip with my friend. He saved me from drowning, because I jumped in like a 10-foot pool, and I couldn't swim. So, same trip, everything, and then I learned how to swim there. Spring River, Arkansas, such a cool place. We went and kayaked it. It was awesome. I was with his grandma and his mom, his little sister. It was so cool. FYI, there is, at the Spring River, there's a whirlpool spot. So if you look up Spring River, Arkansas whirlpool, you'll see it. I went right by that, and it started sucking me in. That was the scariest shit I've ever had to deal with. But, the mic was a little bit loud, my bad. So, we ended up going down like a 6-foot waterfall. It was a very interesting thing. Almost fell. But get back to the main story. You're distracting me. Stop talking about my life. How do you even know that much? Anyways, back to the story I'm talking about. The most recent Six Flags trip I went on, we went up to this really nice Airbnb. It had a pool. And I had to relearn how to swim because I've lost a bunch of fat and I've built a bunch of muscle. compared to what I had. I think I weigh more and I'm leaner than I was in my entire life. So I had to relearn how to swim. It was embarrassing. Because meanwhile, his dad and his mom were talking about getting get my friend's little sister swimming lessons because she's like 7 and doesn't know how to swim. And meanwhile, I'm just thinking, I am twice her age and I don't know how to swim. So that was fun. And then I learned how to swim, and then we found a dead frog in the pool. So that was an interesting moment. And I almost drowned twice, but we don't mention that. All right. Well, that's I guess that's the most story time thing I'm gonna be able to do. That's all my stories that I remember. I could probably think of a few more, but I mean, I think that's about good. I'm gonna head out now. Probably do another one because this was fun. See ya.